a part of changing it a year ago. That for a lot of fans, they're looking for him to redeem himself. They'll never forget the 5-interception game he had in the first half of the Raiders, the Chargers game last year. But he came back in, got a start in the snow game, as you saw just there, threw a nice touchdown to Kelvin Benjamin. This is a guy that has done a lot of things in the offseason to redeem himself for the start he got, but also looking for a better opportunity to show himself.
But the player everybody wants to see is Josh Allen. The Bills moved up to number 7 to get him big from Wyoming. The front office did their homework on him. They're convinced he's a franchise-type quarterback.
He's extremely intelligent, and when you see him walking on the football field, he looks the part. He's a big, tall, rangy quarterback. He's a good athlete, and when you see him throw it, you see the difference. He is a first-round, top half of the first-round physical talent, and Nathan Peterman and A.J. McCarron are fifth-round guys. When you see the physical discipline, if you want to see the physical differences and how they rate these guys, watch Josh Allen spin it because he can throw it.
Yeah, we're going to see plenty of him the second half. Also, their quarterback as well. For more on that, we welcome to the team Thad Brown.
Thank you very much, Rob. Proud and honored to be a part of the Bills broadcast. And you're right, Josh Allen is not the only first-round pick Bills fans are excited to see tonight. Tremaine Edmonds gets his first start at linebacker. And like Allen, he's got all the physical tools. No limitations. It's what the guy is his 20 years old. He calls the signals in the huddle. Micah Hyde said he commands our attention. Tonight, he'll be commanding the attention of another team for the very first time. Rob, back up to you.
Yeah, optimism high around him because one of the reasons the man who's now going to be playing in front of him, maybe one of the best tackles in the game, the underappreciated, the overly productive star, signed from Carolina in the season. His presence, one of the main reasons that most folks think this defense is set to become one of the tops in the league. Bills, Panthers, kick it off next.
The doctor will see you now. Well, she'd like to, but there are things getting in the way of focusing on your care.
Brought to you in part by Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys. Call 684-COMP today. By Toyota, let's go places. And by Subway, local restaurants independently owned.
Rob Stone, Steve Tasker, Thad Brown back here with you. Gorgeous evening here in Buffalo. Temperatures in the mid to high 70s. A little breeze in the air as we get set to kick things off. And the Bills will be kicking things off to Carolina. And kickoffs, a bit of a talking point in the offseason and through the course of the pre and regular season as well.
So yeah, the new rules, you'll notice the players got to have their feet on the 34-yard line. They won't be able to run. The kicking team won't be able to break into a run until the ball is away. And there's a lot of Carolina Panthers up on the return team close to the line. The new rules, even the coaching staff and the special teams coordinators don't know exactly what all this is going to mean until the season gets underway.
And it is underway in the preseason. Stephen Hauschka kicking it off to the rookie, DJ Moore, and he sees that one sail over his head. The ball will be spotted at the 25. Cam Newton.
Let's go!
Continues to be the starting quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. He's got a new offensive coordinator, though, this year in Norv Turner, who's known as a quarterback whisperer. The running game for Cam Newton was on spot last season. The passing game, not as much.
Yeah, Cam Newton with Norv Turner as his coordinator, and I've spoken to a lot of quarterbacks that were coached by Norv Turner, and they all swear by him. They love him. Quarterbacks think he runs a great offense, knows how to think, knows how to communicate with him. We'll see if Cam Newton responds to him like other guys have in the past.
Christian McCaffrey lined up behind him. Man in motion is Torrey Smith, acquired in the offseason. They'll play action roll to the right. Cam overthrows his tight end, looking for Greg Olsen.
No, baby!
The U.S. Buffalo Bills starting defense, Steve. Folks around the league think they are now upper echelon type quality.
Yeah, Shaq Lawson gets the start tonight in Adolphus, Washington. That'll be Kyle Williams and Trent Murphy if the season kicked off today and they were healthy. But Starlotu Lele looks to be a great addition as well. Tremaine Edmonds, obviously, he has gotten a lot of respect, a lot of accolades early in his career, first month of his career, and he's earned all of it. And, of course, Vontae Davis along in that secondary is the new addition on the other corner across from Micah Hyde.
Shotgun snap. McCaffrey, no surprises, he catches one out of the backfield. He is shifty and tough to bring down, and he's got a first down for Carolina.
One of the problems Cam Newton presents, athletic quarterback, got a great arm, and when you kind of try to pursue him, you're not going to catch him, and he can buy as much time as a pass like that needs to open it up.
The rookie from Stanford, Harrison Phillips, who looks to be the heir apparent to Kyle Williams, given the tackle there. First down for Carolina. Maybe to the line of scrimmage on first down goes McCaffrey.
This Buffalo Bills defense had great moments last year. They turned the ball over, which was their strength, and really carried the team. They also went through a stretch in the season with 3-game losing streak where they really struggled. For whatever reason, this defense gave up a lot of yards on the ground. You throw out those 3 games, which you cannot do. The Bills played a pretty solid year of defense, but those 3 games were indicative of why they had to squeak into the playoffs rather than get in on their own merits and needed help at the end of the season.
Give to McCaffrey, hops over the line. Looks like it might be a loose ball. The arms are pointing towards the Bills.
No signal yet. The officials don't look. It doesn't look like the officials even saw the ball come out. The players did.
Turnover is a big story for the Bills last year. They were +9, 7th in the NFL. Yeah. Stays with Carolina. Ron Rivera will like that. 11-5 last year were the Panthers. We take another look at this. McCaffrey.
That ball was out. The ball came out very, very late, was punched out almost as McCaffrey got to the ground right there.
Yeah, Jordan Poyer.
And it might work to the Bills' favor if you want to try and challenge that, although there wasn't a clear recovery. So it's probably good that you leave the red flag in your pocket for Sean McDermott. But that ball came out very late, and you said it, Rob, that turnover engine is really what fueled this club in the first half of the season last year.
3rd and 8 on the opening drive of the preseason. Newton looked like that was batted down at the line by big number Shaq Lawson, 90. He's been doing that throughout preseason camp.
Yeah, he's come in knowing in his 3rd year after being selected in the 1st round that this is a year where he's make or break. His 1st year, you can kind of give him a pass. He had a shoulder injury, he's getting over. Last year, going to a 4-3 from a 3-4 should have moved right into his wheelhouse. He didn't get the production he wanted, and this year he's back really with a self-proclaimed vengeance, trying to make a spot for himself on this roster.
Jeremy Curley back for the punt. It's a boomer. Fields it at the 15, spins away from the tackler, and he's dropped down around the 13. 45-yard punt, 0 return. The Bills offense hits the field for the first time. Nathan Peterman will come out as QB. Tail end of the season in the snow versus Indy, and Peterman walking this one up, one of 2 starts on the season. Played in 4 games in his rookie campaign. 6'2", 225, second year out of Pittsburgh. He is in a neck-and-neck race right now with A.J. McCarron to be the starting quarterback on opening day, but don't quite rule out Josh Allen. And it is a 3-man race, but right now it's Peterman versus McCarron, and Peterman gets first dibs, and he's going to go with an empty backfield. Right to the air goes Peterman. And incomplete, but here comes the late flag. Avon Seymour might have been flagged for that one.
Pass interference, defense, number 27. Ball in place to the spot of the foul. First down, Buffalo.
Yeah, this was an easy call. It was clear contact before the ball got there as Cadet tried to turn around and go back and get that. He couldn't even move. He was already hit. That was a way early by Seymour. It's an easy call.
Traveris Cadet getting the start at running back. McCoy did go through warm-ups, but as was planned, he's going to sit this one out. Again, to the air. Complete. Little spin move for some extra yards as well from Andre Holmes, who's fighting to be that number 2 receiver behind Kelvin Benjamin. Unit's Buffalo Bills starting offense. And we remind you to visit unyts.org today to learn how you can save a life in Western New York. There's the offensive line. A lot of new faces in the starting 5.
Yeah, Vladimir Dukas starting a left guard. He was the starting right guard a year ago. John Miller back in at right guard where he started the first 2 years of his career. And then, of course, 2 backs, DeMarco and Ivory. Actually, Cadet got the start instead of Ivory tonight.
And then Ivory now in. He's the lone tailback. To the air. Peterman, another completion. Bobbled it first, brought in by Kelvin Benjamin. First down, Buffalo. And again, new offensive coordinator this year for Buffalo. Brian Dable brought in. Last year, all he did was lead Alabama to the national title as co-offensive coordinator and QB coach as well. Expect maybe a little bit more tempo from him, and he's a big man. Cadet back in as the tailback. He's to the left of Peterman. O'Leary in motion. Another completion. Benjamin, another grab. Pickup of about 6.
And as they matriculate down the field, the quick passing game, you can bet if Peterman is going to drop back and get rid of this on 5 quick steps and the ball coming out, the Carolina Panthers, as you can see, they're starting to hone in on the timing of these routes. You can bet either Buffalo's going to pump and go, or they're just going to send somebody deep. They've got to take the lid off the defense.
You're trying to figure out who your starting quarterback is. Let him throw.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no complaints, I think, on the receiving core either. They want to catch the football.
Finally, a handoff, and Ivory met immediately. Timeout for Kaleida Health Keys to the game. More now, we go downstairs to back.
One thing Sean McDermott wants to see in this game is 11 men on the field at all times. All 3 phases, first team, second team, third team. You might laugh, but 90 guys on this sideline, some of them have never been in a stadium this big. The Bills had to practice just substituting on Monday. Beyond that, McDermott wants to see fundamentals, block, tackle, catch the ball, and, of course, effort. And he wants to see it tomorrow on film, too. Rob?
With that Monday practice, it wasn't just the offense moving in and out. It was the defense as well. Cadet back in now as the tailback. 3rd and 5, maybe 6 flags come up.
Yeah, this is going to be a false start against Buffalo.
5-yard penalty.
They called that on Vlad Dukas, the left guard. It could have been on about 3 or 4 of them. He watches the offensive line. Yeah, that was an easy call. And what'd you say about being fundamentally sound? I think that was in there somewhere, but
things like that, Coach McDermott don't want to see.
They must have missed that in the huddle.
So now a 3rd and 11 opportunity on the Bills' opening drive. And another flag, and more movement on the line.
And they have the 5 yards right back. Carolina's not happy about it.
This is on infraction. Defense, the 96. 5-yard penalty. Still going down.
Call on Wes Horton.
Last year, Carolina, the least penalized team in the league. So once again, it's back to 3rd and 6. Curry and Holmes, the wideouts. Man in motion is Curley and goes back. Peterman feels a little heat, flush to the right. Are they going to give it to him?
Yes, they did.
First down, Buffalo. Kelvin Benjamin, another early grab. And Mario Addison with the tackle.
Yeah, that was a great illustration of Nathan Peterman knowing that Kelvin Benjamin has got a catch radius that's bigger than everybody else. Watch Benjamin at the top of your screen. That ball, he just reaches out, and you can do that when you're 6'6", with great hands. And Benjamin does exactly the right thing. Comes back to his quarterback who's needing some help, getting pursued, makes himself available. And that was a nice throw by Peterman.
Pickup of 14. Clay goes in motion. Another pass play. Finds the tight end. Another pickup.
Charles Clay, tight end, who came over as a free agent from Miami, who has been a real weapon for this club. Last year, 49 receptions, you see 550 yards. And I think the thing about that is not spectacular numbers, but consistent. I think that speaks to the consistency of the Bills' running game while Clay has been here with the Bills.
He's the only Buffalo tight end with 3 consecutive 500-yard receiving seasons. And he figures to have an even more prominent role for this campaign. 2nd and 6. About 8 minutes left in the first quarter. Ivory back in as the tailback. Peterman's going back to the air. He's going to the end zone. He's got a man. Flag on the play. Streeter with the grab. Is it going to stand?
Well, they're calling Streeter for pushing off. there's a second flag as well. One in the background, in the backfield. It might be roughing the quarterback in the backfield, and it's obviously on Streeter at the other end.
There are fouls against both teams on the play. Pass interference, offense number 81. Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 93. Those penalties offset will replay second down.
Kyle Love with the hit on Peterman. Streeter with a little,
and that was
Streeter arm there.
Yeah, that looked like a Kevon Seymour might have been embellishing a little bit, but oh yeah, that's an easy call. Butler Jr. hits him right in the face, and that is a good call by the official.
Helmet rearranged. Peterman, perfect 5 for 5 for 45 yards so far. That's how you start the preseason. Let's make it 6 for 6. Cadet. Take it down a few yards shy of the first down marker. It'll be 3rd and short. Thomas Davis with the tackle.
And that play looked like it was going to be a little bit better than it turned out. Thomas Davis got off the block of Vlad Dukas and made the tackle. It looked for a moment like that was going to be a big one. Great job by Davis and defensively to him. To hit the running back in. Cadet almost got to the sideline. It looked like he was, man, that was a good play by Davis.
Cadet stays in, and now he breaks out wide right. Empty backfield, 5 options. Peterman goes to the air. He's got an in. He's got a touchdown. Benjamin.
Well, a year ago, Nathan Peterman earned a spot for himself on the roster, surprising a lot of people because he had a preseason, and this right here is indicative of what he did a year ago. And that's why he's still here with the Buffalo Bills. He continues to play well, practice well, impress the coaches. He's had a couple of hiccups, no doubt about it.
28-yard strike to Kelvin Benjamin. 7 for 7, 75 yards on that drive.
Hard to imagine a first drive for preseason going any better than that one did.
Hauschko on for the extra point. 7-0 Bills. Who wants to be number 1 at the quarterback position? Nathan Peterman making an early statement. Kelvin Benjamin helping him out.
back here in New Era Field where the Bills have a 7-0 lead, thanks in large part to Kelvin Benjamin. 4 catches on the opening possession, including a 28-yard touchdown. I talked to Kalen Clay, Benjamin's former Carolina Panthers teammate. Clay said, in large part, Benjamin is the same guy he was in Carolina, except for one thing. Their work habits are a lot different, a lot better, paying dividends already. Rob?
You see Benjamin's numbers just on the opening drive. 8 plays, 7 of them through the air. Peterman to Benjamin, 7-0 Bills. How many Bills fans think they're winning the Super Bowl right about now?
98% of them right now are making plans to go.
Oh, it's great. How's going to kick off Curtis Samuel, the former Buckeye, sees that one sail out of the end zone. Carolina back on offense. Let's go back down to Thad. Is it poll time already, Thad?
Why not? I mean, this is 2018. We've got a poll on every television broadcast we do these days. Our game day fan poll. You can participate. We want to hear what you, the fans, have to say. Who will be the newcomer with the biggest impact in 2018? Will it be Josh Allen? Will it be Star Lotulelei, Tremaine Edmonds, or Vontae Davis? Text a first or a last name to 75327 to spell Lotulelei. Join us later in the broadcast. We'll have the results after halftime.
I'm going to go ahead and put a vote.
Rob, back up to you.
I'm going to put a vote for Edmonds in right now. You got my back?
Yeah, I can go with that. You can. I could be talked into that easily.
Yeah. Cam Newton with the completion of the fullback, Alex Arma, the second-year man out of West Georgia.
Yeah, this is a blown coverage off the back. They're just gonna miss the running back, try to take him on, and then lost track of him. It looked like he was gonna come in and lead block, ducked his head, and then ducked around the defender who was gonna take him on and got right out into the flat.
Micah Hyde with a tackle, 15-yard pickup on first down. Just like that, the Panthers are at the 40. Again, overthrown, almost picked off. Newton has had problems trying to connect early on with Olsen, and that one almost intercepted Hoyer there.
Yeah, and this one gets away from his sails high. Olsen is an enormous target, and that got away from him. Hoyer, 3 or 4 yards behind Olsen, was almost too high for him as well. He couldn't pull it in.
Carolina brought in a new offensive coordinator, North Turner, because he has a great reputation to mold quarterbacks. He's got some work to do with the arm, at least, of Cam Newton. 2nd and 10. Nice pocket. Completes. McCaffrey so dangerous in the open field. Big pickup. And the sixth move. Gain of 18 yards.
And Deion Lacey caught in coverage with McCaffrey right here, and he's going to be right on him as these two are going to be locked up. Lacey steps up, and McCaffrey, and that's why, you pick a guy like McCaffrey first. You get a matchup with a guy like Lacey, and McCaffrey's going to win that. And unless Cam Newton misses the throw or gets batted down, that's going to be a completion if you leave Lacey one-on-one with a guy like McCaffrey.
And McCaffrey had a team-high 80 receptions last season for Carolina as well. The #1 back, longtime stalwart Jonathan Stewart released in the offseason. Newton under pressure avoids the sack. Oh, he's so good at that. Running to his left, takes a slide, and a pickup of about 4, maybe 5.
And he gets up, tosses the ball over to Sean McDermott on the side of the defensive coordinator. But Cherub and under Khalil and sacked, but Newton, being quarterback and the athlete that he is, makes it look easy to escape. You didn't slide like that. Age and violence make you do this hard thing.
So it's great. The give to McCaffrey. McCaffrey's got himself a first down, or at least pretty close.
Great read by Newton, giving the ball to McCaffrey. He held on to it as long as he could, and that mesh back in the quarterback so important because the defense has to wait until that decision.
Push him out of bounds. We mentioned Jonathan Stewart gone. Anderson is now in so many successful years Denver, but it looks like you're going to be seeing a whole lot of McCaffrey in the Carolina season, and for good reason. This kid is an uber talent. A lot of folks say he should have been your Heisman winner a couple years ago. Cam, complete. And a nice late block. And a late flag comes down as well.
This is going to be a hold. That's going to come back.
Holding. Offense, number 17. 10-yard penalty from the spot of foul. Replay first down.
The Michigan man, Devin Funchess, whistled for that one. DJ Moore with the grab, the rookie from Maryland, first-round pick.
You see Tre'Davious White trying to spin out of that block by Funchess and couldn't do it.
So 1st and 14 now from the 36. Just under 4 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Bills scored on their opening drive. Peterman to Benjamin. Quick fire immediately hit was Funchess. Vontae Davis, the big pick up in the offseason there for the hit. Davis coming off a serious groin injury, just 5 games last season, the longtime Colt Pro Bowler in 2014 and 2015. If he plays close to that level again, the Bills got a real steal. Second and 8. Quick strike, first down, and maybe a little bit more. All right. Taken down just shy of the goal line.
It's a great throw by Cam Newton and a great back shoulder throw on the outside. Watch Vontae Davis gets his hips turned, and this ball's way outside on the run. You don't even, it doesn't even look, the way that route is run, the receiver never has body language that tells the defender the ball's on the way, because the ball is on its way before the defender even looks for it, right? And before the receiver even looks for it. So the defender has no keys to read the body language that the ball is right there. It's an easy reception if it's thrown on time and accurately. And Cam Newton did it perfectly.
Pick up 29. Davis missing the tackle. First and goal from the 2. McCaffrey runs it in. Touchdown, Carolina.
Hard straight ahead run. McCaffrey lowers it and gets it into the end zone. It's a good hard straight ahead run. McCaffrey, you said it, he's not known for running between the tackles. That's not his forte, although he was asked to do it right there. That guy catches a lot of balls from Cam Newton. He's a great running back, great receiver out of the backfield. But they're going to need him, I think, with an enlarged role in North Turner's new offense. I think they're going to use him and ask him to run a little more physical inside the tackles this season.
Had 117 carries for 435 yards and 2 scores last year to McCaffrey. He's got a touchdown here in the preseason, and we're tied at 7. 9 plays, 75 yards in 5 minutes and 1 second, 7 all in Buffalo.
Denali.
improved My One Buffalo App Store or Google Play. It comes your way on September 4th. Rob Stone, Steve Tasker, Thad Brown back here with you. Carolina just answered the Buffalo touchdown. Graham Gano set to kick things off. 9-play drive, 5:01. McCaffrey was huge, running and catching.
After a sputtering first drive, the Carolina Panthers found themselves and put together a nice drive in that second possession. Now both teams have a pretty good touchdown drive under their belt.
Tywan Jones, the man back for Buffalo, standing at his goal line, and he's got a chance to return this one. Fields it at about the 8, crosses the 20. Will not get to the 25. How about Peterman in his opening drive?
Nearly flawless. There's a couple of penalties, but he was accurate, got the ball out of his hands on time. We spoke to Sean McDermott and said, yeah, we do have a game plan, but it's very tiny. So it's not much to it. Peterman executing hit that drive. It's about as well as you can. 7 for 7, 75 yards and the touchdown.
Yeah, you'll take that. You talk about the game plan. We said, I want these guys to enter this game with a clear mind. I want them to be able to play fast so we can properly evaluate these guys as just football players, not thinkers, football players right now. And there's a lot of evaluating this Buffalo Bills staff needs to do. There's question marks across the board, particularly on offense. We know who the number one at wide out and tight end is, but who's 2, who's 3, who's 4, who's 5? Quarterback, 3-man race. Is it Ivory's job?
Yeah, and
behind Shady.
Sean McDermott said the way they've been practicing, they've had OTAs, they've had a mini camp now, a couple of weeks of training camp. He said, but these games, in the evaluation process, they want to know who shows up on game day and performs.
Carolina given a 5-yard penalty, so it's 1st and 10 from the 27. Peterman, another completion, broken tackle, and away goes Chris Ivory. Dragged down at the 44. Pick up of 30 yards.
Well, a missed tackle is what this leads to. Chris Ivory stepping out of it, out of the what you see. He's going to right here, and he's going to have a missed tackle right up in there. And when he comes through, just going to turn around. And a missed tackle is the bane of every defensive coordinator. You can call the perfect defense, but if they don't get the guy on the ground, it's turned into a big play. Ivory stepping it out.
Man down on the field for Carolina was Vernon Butler, the tackle from Louisiana Tech. He's able to run off without any assistance. So Peterman now over 100 yards through the air. He's 8 for 8, 104, 1 touchdown. The game plan coming in was to give him the first quarter. Probably see A.J. McCarron right in the second quarter, but Peterman is making all kinds of noise and statements here in this first quarter. Man in motion is Marcus Murphy out of Missouri. It'll be Murphy with the grab. Here goes Murphy to the 30 and just inside, taken down at the 29. Another first down. Shaq Thompson, the Washington product, with the tackle after the pickup of 15.
Well, they motioned Murphy back into the backfield. They started everybody 5 wide. They brought Murphy back in, got the defensive check that they wanted, and the defense left Murphy untouched. They didn't make the adjustment once he went back into the backfield in their coverage, and there was nobody there.
Murphy remains in the backfield. The man in motion goes left. Tight end is Logan Thomas. To the ground. And again, it was Murphy with the run there. So a little reception and run from Marcus Murphy. A lot of questions. At tailback with Sean McCoy, no-brainer. He's number 1. Ivory feels like he's number 2. And now it's Jones, it's Cadet, it's Murphy, and it's the undrafted rookie Keith Ford battling to move up the pecking order in the Bills' backfield.
Keith Ford has turned some heads as well, but where's Cadet is a guy that people have watched for a long time. Chris Ivory, a veteran guy, dependable guy. Maybe he is 30 years old, but he knows how to be a pro.
Could be last play of the first quarter, and it's picked off. The first incompletion thrown by Peterman through the Ivory, intercepted by Carolina.
And that was not a bad throw by Peterman Ivory, and he got up on him a little quick and got right through him. Alertly, Carolina Panthers right there to pick it off.
Shaq Thompson, the man with the INT of Peterman to close out just about the first quarter.
Yeah, you kind of got to put that on Ivory. It's going to come right out. They got up on him. It's right on his shoulder pad. That's a catch that he'll make. And then you got to expect him to make that catch. No question about it. That was an interception. Whoa. Shaq Thompson.